What's good, y'all? Your boy NeedForSheed coming back with another NFL predictions. I hope everybody checked out my previous one that I dropped on today. This one will be coming out tomorrow. So for the NFC East, the NFC least, I hope everybody check that out. The Giants, the Redskins, the Eagles, and the Cowboys. So if you guys check that out, I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out all my other videos as well. But today, like I said at the end of the last video, I will be talking about the NFC North today, the NFC North. So in that one, that includes the Bears, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers. So I won't waste too much of your time. So for everybody that loves any one of these teams, tune in, see how well I did. And if not, tune in anyway. So we're gonna start off with, like I did yesterday, the team that I feel is going to finish last in the division, which is the Chicago Bears. Now they didn't do nothing to help out Justin Fields at all. You traded up that far in the draft to draft Justin Fields, and yet you have put nothing around him. You let Allen Robinson go. That's one thing. So you got Montgomery back there. He no offensive line, defense. You traded Khalil Mack. Eddie Jackson's probably going to be on his way out not too long now. Roquan Smith has requested a trade, so you haven't done anything to help out this young man be a successful quarterback. And everybody's going to be like, oh, he's a bust. He can't transcend nothing. Put any one of these top quarterbacks behind that offensive line and with those skill positions and see how far they go with it. So I think he just need a fresh start. Just need something new. But I'm gonna go through their season anyway. So for the first, it's going to be Chicago Bears. Like I said last time, sorry about the lighting. They have the 49ers, the Packers, the Texans, the Giants, the Vikings, the Commanders, the Patriots, the Cowboys, the Dolphins, the Lions, the Falcons, the Jets, the Packers. Bye week, the Eagles, the Bills, the Lions, and the Vikings. So starting this off right now, I see loss, give or take, and toss up, loss, toss up. But I'm gonna say win, Jets lost, Packers, okay, lost, Eagles lost, Bills lost, and Detroit lost, Vikings lost. So looking at their schedule, I see them winning possibly 3 games. I believe they can beat Atlanta. I believe they can beat the Texans, and it's a toss-up, but I believe they can beat the Giants. They lose to the 49ers, losing to the Packers. They losing to the Vikings twice. They losing to Green Bay twice. And I think they split with Detroit. But they losing to Washington. They losing to New England. They losing to Dallas. They losing to Miami. And they losing to the Bills, of course. They losing to the Eagles. So I have them going 3-14. My prediction is the Bears to go 3-14. Not really a good year. Another high draft pick. Maybe they can use that to get another skill position. Maybe if they're the worst team in the entire league, they may go draft Will Anderson out of Alabama to shore up some more defense. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I know they're gonna finish last in this division. So with that being said, let's move on to a team that's steadily improving. They still got a ways to go, but they're steadily improving. The Detroit Lions. Now, Detroit Lions, they play this year the Eagles, the Commanders, the Vikings, the Seahawks, the Patriots, the Cowboys, the Dolphins, the Packers, the Bears, the Giants, the Bills, the Jaguars, the Vikings, the Jets, the Panthers, the Bears, and then finish off with the Packers. So looking at this, I see Detroit, I see loss, toss up, loss, win, loss, toss up, win, loss, toss up, loss, toss up, loss, win, loss. So out of this schedule, I have them beating the Seahawks. I have them beating I have a toss up. I have them beating the Seahawks. I have them beating the Bears. I have them beating the Jaguars. I have them beating. I said toss up, but I'm gonna give them the Giants. I said toss up with the Jets. I have them. I'll say they toss up, but right now I say they'll beat the Jets. Um, Panthers is a toss up. I say they lose to the Panthers. Maybe the Bears again. So roughly, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the Detroit Lions. They could either go 5-12 or 6-11. So I have them going 5-12, 6-11. A little bit steady improvement, but I got them going. I got them going 5-12 or 6-11. Finish out the year. So that's the Detroit Lions. Sorry about the sniffling, you guys. Just bear with me. All right. So now I'm gonna go on to the next team, and that is the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings have the Packers, the Eagles, the Lions, the Saints, the Bears, the Dolphins, the Cardinals, the Commanders, the Bills, the Cowboys, the Patriots, the Jets, the Lions, the Colts, the Giants, the Packers, and the Bears. Off top, I feel they may be able to split with Green Bay because Minnesota plays Green Bay very well. So I would say they may be able to split. So I would say they will beat the Packers. At Philly, that's a tough one. I'm gonna take Philly. I say they beat Detroit. They lose to New Orleans. They beat the Bears. They lose to Miami. Arizona, that's a toss up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, D Hop will be back. I'll take Arizona, so I say loss. At Washington, Kirk Cousins was there. Toss up. Okay, I say they. I say they beat Washington. Um, lose to Buffalo, of course. Cowboys. I'll take the Cowboys. Patriots. The Jets. I'll take the Vikings. At Detroit, I have them. I have them losing to Detroit. I have them splitting with Detroit, splitting with Green Bay. I have them beating Chicago probably twice, even though I think I picked Chicago to split with Detroit. Uh, that's a toss up. So with this one, this is a toss up too. Uh, have them beating the Giants, losing to the Packers at the Packers, and beating Chicago. So I'm so if I said 3-14 and one of those wins for Chicago was Detroit, they might 2-15, 3-14. That's a toss up. So I'm gonna give them the same thing on here. So I have them beating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have the Vikings going 8-9 or 9-8. I have the Vikings going 8-9, 9-8. Middle of the pack team. When you have Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, just traded for Jalen Reagor. Kirk Cousins. He's going to be a stat stuffer, but it is what it is. I'm really concerned about that defense, though. So that's my main concern. But offensively, they really are kind of a well-oiled machine. So I have the Vikings going 8-9, 9-8. So that's going to be the Vikings. And last but certainly not least, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. Now, like I said, the Green Bay Packers, Minnesota, Chicago, Tampa Bay, New England, Giants, Jets, Commanders, Bills, Lions, Cowboys, Titans, Philly, Chicago, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, Detroit. Now, I would say they would take their loss to Minnesota because Minnesota plays them very well. Kirk Cousins does a really good job against Green Bay, even though Green Bay might have the overall record. Kirk Cousins actually plays well against them, so I got them beating. I got them killing Chicago. And Tampa, toss up. I'm gonna come back to that one. New England, toss up, but New England's a toss up. They're gonna beat the Giants. They're gonna beat the Jets. I believe they're gonna beat Washington. They're gonna lose to Buffalo. I believe they beat Detroit. They beat Dallas. They beat Tennessee. They beat Chicago. They beat toss up. I got them beating Philly, losing to the Rams, beating Miami, beating Minnesota, and beating Detroit. So I have the Packers going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have them going 11-6 or 12-5. I have the Packers going 11-6 or 12-5. So I have them clearly winning the division. I have them getting a top 3 seed, but I'm thinking they're gonna get a top 2 seed. I think because Minnesota they scare, but then they kind of go back to the pack. So I got them being a top 3 seed, most likely top 2. But I got Green Bay winning 11-6, 12-5. That's where I got them going. So to recap, I have Chicago clearly being the worst team at 12 and either 2-15 or 3-14. I have Detroit going 5-12 or 6-11. I have Minnesota to go 8-9 or 9-8. Depends on one game two here. And I got the Packers either going 11-6 or 12-5. So that is my excuse me. That is my NFC North prediction. Tomorrow, the following day, this Saturday, I will be doing the NFC South. So that would be New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, and Carolina. I'll be doing that on Saturday. Once again, it's been your boy NeedForSheed coming back with his first ever NFL predictions. If there are any team that you like and I've already predicted them, drop in the comments how well did I do. Do you think your team is going to win more games, or do you think your team still needs work to do? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All content, new content, everything is coming. And I'll see you guys again on the next episode, which is the NFC South. You feel me?